Okay, here we are today. We're going to make two elevations on our bridges crossing our valley. What I've done is I've actually bench cut with a handsaw the plywood. This is called cookie cutting. So I can raise this up and bend it, okay, and give me an arch. This 7/16 ply is very easy to bend and it stays pretty solid. So what I've done is I've got my air distance between my bridges marked on my bench work. I've got the pieces to insert, and I'll show you how I'm going to do this so it just get the rise, okay? So here I slip the same thickness underneath and insert it underneath to the other piece. Now I'm going to work from my butt edge all the way over to the switch because I want to be able to bend the plywood to match my thing when I shim it. So I'll start at this end and I'll actually put a screw in here and tie it in place. And you just need one good solid screw and tie it in place. And then what you want to do the same way over on this side, you want to tie your screw in. You want to tie it in place on your mark. Now I usually use a couple of screws on this side. That'll hold it in place. Now in order to get this right, what I do is I take a regular door shims, a couple of door shims, and I start putting them in place, okay? So I'm going to slide this to get my radius in here. And I have a straight edge, a 4-foot or 6-foot straight edge. So what you're doing is you're taking them and you're going to put them underneath your board, just like so, and one on the other side, just like so. Now remember, you're going to be a little high on this side right here, so you're going to be up about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little higher than 1/4 of an inch, but you'll adjust it. Now you take your straight edge and you lay your straight edge in here and you can force it down. And when you force it down, you'll see that your crown is going to come out real nice. You don't want a real sharp crown because that'll cause disconnects. So what I've done here is I've taken it, I've gone at least 24 inches. And 24 inches will be just about right for you to get your rise. Now if you have to go a little further, don't be afraid to take your saw and cut your bench work out further. Just follow your line and cut it out further because it's easier to shim it now than it is to shim it later or cut it out later. So what I do is I just cut it back out as far as I can, and this way it'll pop where you want it. And I'm going to take it now and just see how it's going to work. I'm going to tighten my shims a little bit because I don't like the hump in the top of the crown. Now if you take a picture of it, you can come over here and I'll show you the picture as you see it. Come and see your straight edge. And you see how the crown is, a very slight crown, maybe 2 degrees, okay? And that'll be just fine, 2 to 3 degrees. And that's all you need. And once I get that in place, I can start putting my cork down and start laying the rest of my track. That's my transition on this switch. What I've done here is I'm going to have 2 elevations when I cut out for my bridges. So this way you're pre-cutting for your elevation. So you're going to have one bridge a little lower than the other one. Gives you kind of a better view of the bridges in transition. And there we are for the time being. We'll go on forward further later on the day. Welcome back to Iron Horse Trains. What I'm going to show you is we're going to start going up in elevations, and how we do that here is we brace our cookie cutting. And cookie cutting, grab that over there, young fella, just bring this in. We actually cut out our layout, our track beds, okay, so we can raise and lower them. This is going to go in here, and this section right through here, and it's going to raise up. And then we can take one elevation up and the other elevation, put yours down, go down. Now, that's just part of it. So you take just sections of it. Mitchell, show them the one that we use. We actually make a radius, and that'll go in the corner, and that'll come around on the back side. Now, because I don't like to waste any material, I actually take all the sections of that one sheet of plywood and I lay it out. In order to lay it out, we're going to have a turntable. What I've done now is I put this down here and get behind it. Here we go. I've done this here, so now I have the area for my turntable. That's also giving me my tracks that'll set outside the turntable. I haven't cut this area yet because I don't know which way the tracks are going to take off from the turntable. And that will actually be cut just like this so that I have flexibility to raise and lower my truck coming out of the turntable. And that's where we are right now, and I hope you join us to see more of this coming on. And there we go, and thank you for joining Iron Horse Trains and Bench Work.